Hey everybody, and welcome to Valera Storytime. Today I'm going to do a story called Ping and Polly, Rainforest Rescue. It's written by Audrey Moore, illustrated by Kim Sponaugie, and it is published by Audrey Moore Books. Kildare. Okay, so let's get started with today's story. So, Ping was sleeping under his favourite sago palm tree in the middle of the Asian rainforest when a tiny little voice woke him. He opened his eyes and blinked. A small creature with huge eyes was hanging upside down, inches from his face. "Hello, what kind of animal are you?" Ping asked. "My name is Lola. I'm a loris. You don't normally see me because I'm awake at night when you are all asleep." It's a lovely, cute little thing, isn't it? He rubbed his eyes and looked around. "My name is Ping. What are all these flashing lights?" "Humans are coming into the forest at night and taking lorises. I don't want them to take me." She trembled with fright. "Will you help me?" Ping lifted Lola and hid behind a mangrove tree. He then slid across the ground to the safer dense bamboo. He peeked out between the leaves and saw 10 lorises trapped in cages. That's very cruel. Look at them there. They're really scared, hugging each other. Ping worried all night and didn't get any sleep. By morning he lay in a heap. Lola was still in his arms. Polly arrived early to play with Ping and her friends, as she did every day. "Why are you so tired, Ping?" He lifted up his arm to show Lola, who was still fast asleep, as snug as a leaf bug. "Men were hunting last night. They sell lorises as pets around the world, so I hid Lola," he yawned. "I didn't sleep a wink." "That's horrible," Polly gasped. "What can we do?" He gently placed Lola in a luscious Lucala palm tree, and she curled up into a ball. Ping told Polly his plan to keep Lola safe while they ran towards the river in search of their friends. They walked across the rickety wooden bridge, tiptoed over the broken pieces and jumped off. They scooted through the honeybee trees and stepped over a family of pangolins who were ambling slowly along the path. They saw a baby pygmy elephant playing with his mother by the orange-smelling orchid flowers. They waved to a little red panda who was sitting on a fallen tree crunching on a cricket. Lots of lovely animals around the forest. Vicky, Mr. Otter, and Oliver were playing the game to you by the river. "We need your help," said Ping, panting. So that's Mr. Otter, that's Vicky, and that's Oliver. He gathered them together and told them his plan to keep Lola safe. Mr. Otter clapped. "Oh, goody, goody, I like my part." "I can't wait to get started," Vicky shrieked. Oliver laughed. "The hunters won't know what's going to hit them. I wonder what they're going to do. Must be a good plan." Ping, Polly, and Oliver walked to the entrance of the forest. The grass was as tall as their knees. They started knotting the grass in a line. Knot after knot they tied. 102 should do, Ping said. Mr. Otter collected 3 buckets of fish from Tecan village. He carried them to the grass just above where the line of knots were tied and set them all along the ground. Polly said this just might work. The friends all laughed and kept working. Later that night they waited and waited. Ping sniffed. The air smelled of smoke and salt. The grass rustled and 8 hunters appeared. They marched through the knotted grass and tripped, landing on the ground. Thump! They fell right into the wet, sloppy fishes, which stuck to their faces. Look at the fishes on their faces. They tried to get up but kept slipping off and landing into stinking, slimy fish. Flop! Oliver threw over ripe, greasy bananas from the trees, which landed on the hunters' heads, but a plop. Vicky and her family circled just above. They dropped rotten meat from their beaks, which landed with big, squishy splats. Absolutely stinking, I'd say. The hunters were screaming and squirming, trying to stand, but every time they tried, something else would land, and thump, back on their bums they'd go. One hunter fell flat on his back, and when he opened his eyes, standing on his chest was Vicky, shrieking into his face. Lola, who was wrapped around her leg, crawled up the hunter's chest and bit him on the nose. He screamed and jumped up and ran as fast as he could. The rest of the hunters leapt to their feet and raced out of the jungle. Ping gave a short laugh. "I'll bet we won't see them anymore." Oliver waved his arms so high. Mr. Otter clapped with delight. Polly giggled and jumped in the air. Vicky shrieked with laughter. Lola squeaked with joy. That was so much fun. You are safe now with us, Pink said. Lola put her hand on Pink's arm. Thank you for helping me. Thank all of you. They all grouped together and hugged Lola. The Rainforest Rescuer, said Ping, and everyone cheered. The end. Oh, what a good story. So if you bear with me for another minute now, let's learn a few bits and pieces about some of the animals that we saw in the Borneo forest, rainforest. So, here we go. Did you know? Panda. The giant panda lives in the mountain ranges in central China. The panda is like a bear. It has black patches around its eyes, over its ears, and across its round body. The panda's diet is over 99% bamboo, so they eat mostly all bamboo, and it seems to do them very well. So the otter. The Asian short-clawed otter is the smallest of the world's otters. Cutting down trees and hunting of the otters is a big threat to this endangered species. So an endangered species means that there's very, very few of them there, and every year there's more and more of them, less and less of them, as lots of hunters are hunting them and cutting down trees where they live. Now, the vulture. This is Vicky. A group of vultures eating is called a wake, while a group of vultures resting is known as a committee. Vultures are known as nature's cleaners as they clean up the world of dead animals that would cause disease. Vultures in South Asia are called Old World vultures, which have declined over the last decade and are an endangered species. So they're another endangered species. Here's another did you know, the orangutan. Orangutans are one of the world's most intelligent primates, are an endangered species due to poaching, habitat destruction and the illegal pet trade. So hunters catch them and they sell them off for pets, they destroy their homes, and they're one of the endangered species as well. Fruit is the most important part of an orangutan's diet, and they can live for over 30 years in both the wild and captivity. Orangutan in Malay language means person of the forest. So here's another one. Here is Lola. So this is called the Borneo slow loris. Lorises are nocturnal, and they eat insects, tree gum, nectar and fruit, and they have a toxic bite. Now nocturnal means that they sleep during the day and they come out at night time to hunt. The toxin is produced by licking a gland that mixes with saliva. Lorises are also an endangered animal due to habitat loss and illegal trade. They are sold as pets around the world as they look very cute, but because of their toxic bite, their teeth are pulled out before they are sold, which is very cruel. So toxic bite means that if they bit you, that on your arm or wherever they bit you, you get infected and it'd be very, very, very sore. So because they're sold as pets, they pull out their teeth, which is very cruel altogether. And last but not least, we have the pangolin. So pangolin's tongue can be longer than its body. They are the only mammals in the world that are fully covered in scales. Illegal trade in South Asia has made this animal the most trafficked animal on earth. Their scales are sold in bags as they are thought to cure ailments. So they are the most trafficked animal on earth, which means they're hunted the most and they are sold the most. And it's very, very cool. And they are another endangered species. Okay, that's all we have for today, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed the story. Until the next time, bye-bye and thanks.